Welcome back into the channel. It is your boy Steve from Straight Fire Picks. We're back with the best bets for the NBA here for you today on Friday, April 18th, 2025. Player props, spreads, totals, predictions as always for this NBA play-in day where two playoff spots get decided here in the NBA. Let's have a big day and bring out the brooms and get this sweep. Let's get after it.
Well, my presence isn't real. It's another bad one like this is scale. It's straight fire. All my bets straight from. You're in the house that Cap made now. Straight fire.
As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button for me. Always appreciate that. On the road to 9,000 subscribers. We're about 15 away. So let's try and knock that out today. Would really appreciate that. If you guys are a returning viewer, also make sure you hit that like button for me as well. Let's do a quick recap from our last NBA video, which was from Wednesday, April 16th. We ended up going 2-2, minus 0.7 units. Yeah, pretty uninspiring. Very similar to the night that we had prior to that, where we swept one game and got swept in the other game. So we went 2-0 in one game and 0-2 in a different game. So that happened here once again. In the Bulls-Heat game, we absolutely crushed it. We had the Miami Heat money line. Cash that for plus value for plus 110. They win this one easily by 19. That experience really showed itself in that game, which you'll love to see that. Tyler Herro taking charge with 38 points. And also Josh Giddey going over 27.5 points and assists. This one was definitely a little sweaty. He made us wait till the end. Got a late layup to get to 29, so we'd love to see that. So like I said, we swept that game, and then in the nightcap, very disappointing as we missed Anthony Davis, over 41.5 PRAs. Every metric on Anthony Davis hit that we talked about in our video. We were looking for 32 minutes and 28+% usage. Well, he played 35 minutes and he had 34% usage. The dude did not hit. He had 37 PRAs. He shot atrociously. 9 of 23, which is pretty bad for his position. Obviously, what are you going to do? It's one of those things where I walked away thinking, man, that was a great play that just did not cash. But it is what it is. And then we missed our added play. Zach LaVine, over 23.5 points. He finishes with 20. Got pretty close. Once again, didn't feel terrible about it. But definitely wish, obviously, we could have hit that and had a better day. But still 2-2. It's not horrible. We don't really, the last 2 days of NBA, we haven't gotten hurt. And today's a new day, and trust me, you're going to want to be here for this one. We got some exciting picks in the video. I'm super excited about this. Particularly our number one pick is going to be a lot of fun. So stay tuned for that. Check out all of the links down below, guys, if you guys are interested in anything here at the channel. Merchandise, membership, social media. All those links in the pinned comment and the description section. Where, if you want to support the channel, buy some merchandise. Become a member, get access to all of our picks and our plays early, which were actually posted for all our MVPs the night prior. This time I get them out as soon as I can to you guys. As soon as I have them, I post them up. So take advantage of that. It is just $3.99 for the entire month. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Quick comment capper recap. Forgot the recap or comment cappers. Oh yeah, gotta get the bag. Legend at the channel calling Zach LaVine over 3.5 made threes. You'll love to see it, guys. LaVine comes through with 4 threes. We'd love to see it. So great call out there. But today is a new day. It is a new day, guys. I'm very sad about the Davis play, but I have something in store for you here. We're going to get into our picks. And number one, where do you think we're going? Anthony Davis, over 42.5 PRAs, minus 122 odds on FanDuel. That's the main pie. 1.65 units on that. Then we got Anthony Davis, 3+ threes and 4+ threes, respectively, plus 500 and plus 1,600. Quarter of a unit on the 3 threes, 10th of a unit on the 4 threes. Why am I doing all this? Well, let me first say this. We're risking 1.65 units simply because that's going to make us 1.35 units. And I'm going to risk that remaining 0.35 units. So we'll still make a full unit no matter what happens with the threes. But the 0.35 units, we're going to take a risk on the threes. And we have potential to make 3 units if this dude knocked, or 4 units. Wait a minute. Over 4 units total if all this is. Even if he misses the threes, we just make our standard unit. So what will be counted against my actual record, like numbers-wise, will be the PRAs. The threes prop won't be counted like in our record in a sense. They'll be counted toward our units. So obviously if I lose it, I'll take it away from our units. If we hit it, it'll be added to. Just so you guys know how that works. But you're looking at all this thinking, man, that's a long spiel. What are you doing? You're absolutely crazy. Why would you take this dude to hit 4 threes? Has he ever even done that in his career? Well, he's coming off a game versus the Kings where this dude knocked down 3 threes. He was 3 for 6 from 3. Shot the ball pretty well from 3. His usage was 34%, like we talked about, which I love that. So he's in an even better spot as far as that goes. He's with a more high-paced team in the Grizzlies, where the Grizzlies allow the 5th most threes to power forwards for the season, the 7th most over the last 15 games. So his team allows a lot of threes to power forwards. And I think Davis is just going to shoot from wherever he is. From 3, mid-range, it don't matter. Like I said, this dude is the Dallas Mavericks. You might as well just put 5 of them out there because he is the whole team. No, I'm kidding. He's not the whole team. But dang, he is the star and the focal point of this team, obviously. And he was the other day. It wasn't like we were off base with our assessment on that. He, like I said, if his usage is 34%, that's pretty crazy. It really is. It's wild that he didn't hit the PRAs the other day. So obviously, that is why I like the PRAs as well. It's the same thing from the other day, guys. It's the same spot, except he's in an even better matchup. So the odds of him not hitting this are wildly low. I think he easily hits his PRAs and he goes for at least a 50 burger today. Because he's going to be featured so much. He's going to play big minutes because it's a must-win game. He actually lost 2 minutes at the end of that game as well because of the blowout. Now I'll say this. I believe this is going to be a close game. I'm going to show you guys the graphic that I was talking about from the other day. This is when he plays 32 plus minutes, 28% plus usage on the road. Those are his numbers. Obviously, you see that Sacramento in there, the one that he just missed. So the metrics I talked about hit, but look at the hit rate. Even if you add that in there, he's still at 80%. With those metrics, now you bump it up to, for fun, just for fun. Let's just say the dude plays 36 minutes today, which is highly likely. He would have played 37 if it wasn't for the blowout. Let's just say he plays 36 minutes with the same usage, 34%. He has not missed this line all season. 100%. You see the 50 burgers up on the screen. What are we doing? Why would I not play this play? You tell me. You look me in the eye and you tell me why I wouldn't play this play. I'll be playing this 5 times on Sunday. Maybe 6 times. It's absolutely wild, guys. So his usage, his minutes are going to be crazy. We know this. It's a must-win game. This is do or die. Why wouldn't they play him 36 minutes here? They're going to. Count on it. Book it. Book that. Book his usage. His usage is going to be 30 plus. His minutes are going to be 35 plus. Book it. Just book it. So I love his PRAs, obviously, because of all that. Obviously, you talk about the matchup. Grizzlies allow the 8th most points, 13th most rebounds, 6th most assists to power forwards. It's a great matchup. It's going to be high-paced. He's going to get a lot of volume. He's going to get a lot of potentially 3-point attempts, which is why I like taking a little sprinkle on his threes here. I think this is a great spot for him to at least hit 3 again like he did last game. Potentially more, because like I said, he's going to be featured so much. He has to be. He was last game. It worked. Him and Klay Thompson, these guys are the most experienced guys on the floor. It's very likely to hit. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed those graphics because I enjoyed talking about this bet. This is probably my favorite bet of the whole season. And it's going to cash. So love it there, guys, for our number 1 pick. We're going Anthony Davis. Over 42.5 PRAs, risking 1.65 units there. 3 plus 3s for plus 500, risking a quarter unit. And 4 plus 3s for plus 1,600, risking a tenth of a unit. Let's make some loot, guys. Okay, and at number 2, I'm going to keep it simple. We're going right back to the Miami Heat money line. What are we doing here again? Minus 109 odds on Rivers. Guys, this opened up at plus value. This line is moving in a direction where the Heat are becoming favorites, and that's no surprise to me. They should be. In this spot, it's the same. It's literally almost the same thing as the Bulls game. Bulls. More experience at coach. Obviously, Coach Spoelstra versus Coach Snyder. Love Coach Quinn Snyder. I think he's doing great things with this team. I think they're going to grow under him. But at the end of the day, what are we talking about here? Eric Spoelstra, championship coach. He's been around forever. Come on, what are we doing? Obviously, big edge there. Big edge and experience on the floor. Andrew Wiggins, Tyler Herro, Bam Adebayo. These guys all are championship-type players that have championship pedigree. These guys, Adebayo, Harrell have obviously been to the finals, and Wiggins has won a chip. What are we doing? Why are the Hawks favored coming off a loss versus the Magic where they got destroyed? Trae Young threw a hissy fit on the floor, showing bad leadership and immaturity. Do you think his team is just amped to get up behind him after all that? I mean, now here's what I'll say. I personally love Trae Young. I love his talent. I actually love who he is off the basketball court as well. I've seen enough of his interviews. Seems like a down-to-earth guy, but sometimes on the court, he just doesn't act right. And the other day, we watched him get ejected. We saw the lack of maturity in that game versus the Magic. It's not good, guys. In a game you had to win, they're coming back home, not feeling great. And the Heat are coming off a big road win over the Bulls, feeling good now. They're playing great at the end of the season. Heat really have been one of the best teams at the end of the season. If you're looking at offensive rating and defensive rating, Heat 4th in offensive rating, 6th in defensive rating over the last 10 regular season games. This team's playing well down the stretch, and I think the Hawks are on their way. I don't think they stand a chance. I think there's a good chance the Heat boat race them here once again, and absolutely have their way in this game. I think the experience will show itself. I think this is, like I said, I think the Heat are going to be a sneaky 8 seed if they get in the playoffs. I think they could cause some problems. I really do. Like I said, they're kind of bringing it all together right now with this current lineup they have with Khalil Ware, Adebayo, Harrell, and Wiggins. I really like this Heat team. And if all those guys are playing, give me the Heat here, guys, on the road. Love it there for number 2 pick. Got Miami Heat money line here versus the Atlanta Hawks. Minus 109 odds on BetRivers. Ken at number 3, we're going Tyler Herro. Over 2.5 3-pointers made here for the Miami Heat. Minus 130 odds on MGM. Risking 1.3 units here. Love the spot for Herro, guys. What did we take away from that Hawks game when the Magic played the Hawks the other day? There were 2 guys that really stood out to me. Point guards Cole Anthony and Anthony Black both had huge games versus the Hawks. Particularly from three-point land. Cole Anthony knocked down 4 of 9 threes, and Anthony Black was 3 of 3 from 3. Now, why that's significant is typically these guys are not high-volume three-point shooters. They really aren't. If you checked out their points lines before the game, they were like 5.5 for Cole Anthony. I forget what Black's was, but it wasn't very high at all. Both of these guys went off, particularly from the perimeter. I think Harrell obviously is a much higher volume three-point shooter than those guys. If those guys can each hit 3 threes, so could Tyler Herro. My goodness, what are we talking about here? What are we doing? Tyler Herro 3 threes. Give me that twice on Sunday. This dude has hit this line and I'm getting a lot of control. He's hit this line in 6 of his last 7 games versus the Hawks. All of his hits, he's had 4+ threes. What are we doing? It's simple, guys. 3 threes. Give me 3 threes. He's gonna hit 3 threes. Come on. He's 5 of his last 10 to this line. 3 made threes versus the Bulls in the play, so we like seeing that. Posted 38 points. I will say, over his last 10 games, his 3-point attempts haven't been as high of late. And obviously, Wiggins in the lineup affects his volume a little bit. But really, this is the best spot on the floor for him to attack versus the Hawks. It's from the perimeter for sure. So I'm definitely anticipating him being able to knock down some threes, especially where the ball's going to be in his hands. The dude's going to have a lot of high minutes and high usage. Very similar idea to Anthony Davis. You want to take your stars here in games like these, must-win games, where there's going to be a lot of usage and a lot of minutes. So, like I said, it really played out that way. You know, the Cole Anthony Black made threes, made sense after. Look at it, the Hawks allowed the 3rd most threes to point guards, the 6th most over the last 15 games. So they've been consistently bad for the whole season to this, and I've noticed that. And I'm mad that I didn't take Cole Anthony to hit at least 2 threes, because that was good money, just for 2. And the dude hit 4. Or Anthony Black, take your pick. They obviously went off there. Like I said, they've been consistently bad, and this is going to be the best way for Herro to score. So out there for number 3 pick. We got Tyler Herro over 2.5 3-pointers made here for the Miami Heat. Minus 130 odds on BetMGM. 1.3 units, guys. We're laying some juice today. We're laying some more some units today, guys. Okay, and finally for our number 4 pick, we're going Dallas Mavericks +6 spread here versus the Memphis Grizzlies. We're going +6.5 spread. I forgot to retype it, my nose. +6.5 spread versus the Memphis Grizzlies, -109 odds on BetRivers. I don't usually like taking like +6 or +7 or anything like that. I like the half, so we're either gonna win or lose. We gotta have some stones on it, guys. But I like that extra half point. We're still getting, like I said, -109 here. But what do we take away from the Mavs-Kings game? Well, the Mavericks went with a different lineup. They pretty much told Spencer Dinwiddie to eat it and put him at the end of the bench and said, "Ta-ta for now. We're probably not gonna be playing you there." So they ended up going with Najee Marshall at point guard, Klay Thompson at the 2, where he played really some of his highest minutes of the year, playing 33 minutes, which paid dividends. Klay Thompson went for 23, played great. Najee Marshall played great. A couple of their bench guys really stood out. Brandon Williams was 17 off the bench. Exum with 11 off the bench. So what I really like is Kidd made those adjustments, right? And this team looked absolutely fantastic versus the Kings. I think they optimized their lineup. Finally, and really got the best 5 out there. I love Spencer Dinwiddie, but I think Dinwiddie, in some ways, sometimes shoots too much, sometimes makes some bad decisions, and is a little bit of a liability at times defensively. And I think, Kidd made the adjustment here to go with Marshall, who really, we saw when all the guys for the Mavs were out, Marshall was stepping up, putting up like 25, 30 points. He was really a high-volume player, so he's a guy that can make shots and a guy you can rely on. So they started him at point guard. Thompson does what he does in big-time games, 23 points. Really not surprised by that. So Thompson obviously is a clutch performer. And again, we're in the same spot here, guys. I'm expecting a great game again from Thompson. I think he's another guy you could look at. 13.5 points line. Look at Klay Thompson. Definitely give him consideration. I think he's in a great spot once again here versus the Grizzlies. Another high-paced game where he's going to get out in transition and look to shoot that 3. And obviously, I think he'll perform in a big game. I really do. But like I said, I love the depth with the Mavs right now. You talk about Daniel Gafford, Anthony Davis, P.J. Washington played great the other night as well. Najee Marshall, Derek Lively, we know what he can do. Klay Thompson, obviously. Brandon Williams, the 17 off the bench. Exum. And Dinwiddie didn't even play, but if you had to rely on Dinwiddie, if someone got in foul trouble, Dinwiddie's not a bad backup option for sure. So I really like the depth right now for the Mavs, which is weird to say because all the injuries and trades and everything that they've had. But I really like this team right now. I think, if they had Kyrie Irving, I think this is a team that can make a run in the West if they had Kyrie. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to see that really play out, but I do think they sneak into the playoffs here. I actually think they win this game, which is why I love taking the spread. I was almost tempted to just lay out the money line to you guys. But, guys, we're going plus 200 on the money line. I'm not that crazy, though. I'll take the points. If they're going to give me the points, I'll take the points. But we saw the Mavs give the Kings an absolute shellacking, right, in Sacramento. I don't think it'll be a shellacking. I think it'll be a close game. But at the end of the day, this is another game I talk about with experience, where experience is big. You got Jason Kidd, one of the most pronounced point guards in NBA history. You guys know the experience and the mind that he has, the adjustments that he's able to make. He has not wavered at all by this moment. Klay Thompson, Anthony Davis, obviously with championship pedigree. Both these guys have won titles. Versus the Grizzlies team that at times, again, is kind of like the Hawks. Fast-paced, they love to score, but sometimes they just get in their own way. Maturity issues. With Ja Morant, obviously, foul trouble, all sorts of things where it's like sometimes you question their effort defensively. I think when you got guys like Anthony Davis and Thompson on the court that are mature NBA professionals, and a coach like Jason Kidd versus a coach in the Grizzlies who's just trying to make a name for himself, an interim head coach, I think the Mavericks have a big edge there. And it's hard to ignore that. Despite the Grizzlies being at home, I don't think it matters, just like it didn't matter in Sacramento. At the end of the day, guys, good teams with good players with good leadership are going to find a way, because you're going to need good leadership here to win games like these. And teams like the Hawks and the Grizzlies right now, I don't think have great leadership. We saw it with Trae Young, immaturity. We see it with Ja Morant, the 2 stars of their team. Neither of those teams really lead their teams well. It's just a fact right now. Despite the fact that I like both those players. Nothing personal against them. I'm just saying they show the immaturity, and I'm just calling it out. But I love it there for number 4 pick, guys. Going Dallas Mavericks plus 6.5 spread here versus the Memphis Grizzlies, minus 109 odds on BetRivers. Guys, I appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I know I had some long spiels today. I actually really enjoyed all these picks. Some of my favorite picks to talk about for the season. And I think we're locking in a 4-0 sweep today. I went through the slate. I'm like, man, these are locks right here. You know, those some picks that I was like, dang. You know, after that game, for the Mavericks versus the Kings, where, you know, Davis had all that usage and he still missed, I was still very encouraged because the look was there. The fact that he missed means they didn't really adjust the line too much, which is in our favor, which is obviously why I wanted to run it back. And I think Davis gets it right this time and he goes for a 50-piece. You guys saw the graphic. You know, when I said 36 minutes and 34% usage, he didn't miss. He had a lot of 50 burgers in there. I think that's what we're going to see today. Expect it. Believe it. I appreciate you guys, though. I have a lot of fun doing this stuff. I hope you guys enjoy the content. If you guys are interested in anything around the channel, like I said, membership, drop your favorite pick, anything, all those links down below in the pinned comment and description. Membership, MVP, membership, merchandise, and social media. And then also don't forget to drop your favorite pick as well. Participate in that comment capper section. Our comment cappers are great, guys. You guys are absolutely terrific. Those multiple days where we have sweeps in the comment section. But we just had one yesterday where I saw every pick that someone put out hit, which is obviously great. Love seeing that. So appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let's have a big day in the NBA, and we'll catch you all next time. Peace out.